it's going. Previously on the channel, we had been working on this 1970, I think it's a 71 or 72, Gravely 430. I wanted to say 432. This is the 430 previously on the channel. I got it. It does not have any steering. The steering gear on it is broken. I actually have a new steering gear for it. And also, the transmission had oil or had water in it. There was something wrong with the engine too. I think the engine had water in it. The tractor sat outside, and I think where it was, it flooded. So it needs engine oil, and it also needs transmission fluid, which I kind of expected. We got it running, I think. Yeah, we did get this one running, and it ran pretty good. But I didn't run it for very long. I also tested the transmission, drove forward and back, so that was good. Currently, it needs just the steering fixed, and it also needs the oil inside the engine changed, and also transmission. So yeah, let's go on ahead and let's get the transmission fluid and oil in the engine changed, and while I'm in there, let's get the steering gear figured out. So I guess the first thing we'll start with is getting those fluids drained, and then while those are draining, we can get everything else that needs figured out. So yeah. So I guess let's go on ahead and let's get the engine trained out. What size wrench we need for that? I assume it is this one. There we go. That's probably a 5/8 if I was to use a wrench. Ready? Now it's gonna have water in it, so maybe. Yeah. Ew, yuck. Damn, look at that. So I guess we'll just let that drain, and then we'll go on ahead and get the transmission. Let me wipe this off, and then we'll get that took care of. So I'm not sure how many people actually knew this, but on the bottom where the axle housing bolts onto the transmission, there is actually on the left side of it, looking at it from the engine, or looking at it from the back where the motor is, on the left side, there's actually a drain. Now, I didn't know this until somebody I know had one he took apart, and I looked at it, and I noticed that it looked like it was a drain hole. So I want to see if my theory was correct. And I see that it was loose already. So let's find out if this is actually a drain. If it is, that's cool. Because I had a 432 a long time ago that I went to drain the transmission because it had water in it and the bottom of it was cracked. So I just drilled a hole in the bottom of it and put threads in it to, yep, that was right. I put threads in it to put a bolt on it, and that was going to be my fix. Got a lot of water in it. Yeah. So I guess we'll let that drain out for a bit, and then once it drains out, we'll get back to it. So let's go on ahead and dig into this steering and see how bad this is to do. Hopefully it's not that horrible to do. I already know we have to take the fuel tank out in order to get to it. I think this is welded. Yeah, that's welded. That's the bolt stuff for our steering gear. This is welded in here, isn't it? Our battery box. Yeah, that's well, wait a minute. Is it welded in here? Yeah, it would have come out. I wonder what the deal is with this. Because this is welded in also. Huh, that might just be there for the fuel tank to sit on, I guess. So, this is our steering. If we go, I'm trying to think of how to go about this. I think it would just pull out this assembly like that. Yeah, right there. So, actually, I should bring the camera down so you can see. Just trying to get this out of my way right now, where it will stay. Because I know as soon as it comes down, it's going to get right back in my way. Let me grab something to wipe that with real fast. Get in. Let's find out. I think right here is where our piece is supposed to go. Somewhere down here is where our gear goes. That goes down to the steering setup. I'm not sure what this is right here. I'm kind of actually assuming this doesn't move. Yeah, there's no keyway in it or anything. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's where the pivot is. I think that's what turns our wheels. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so bear with me. I've never messed with the steering on a Gravely before. I'm kind of learning it myself. I'm almost thinking I should take the dash off and get under here. There's a gear. Okay, so there's a gear under here. That's your steering gear. That's the one that meets up with the other one. Oh, wait a second. Right there. Yep, this is it. So, I know what this is now. This piece right here, there's a thing that mounts to it, and it comes off, and it has a gear end on it. I actually have the replacement. This is what it is. This is what that piece is right there, what it should be. And as you can see, this is broken off of that. So this gear piece goes up on top, and the gear on that steering shaft moves it. That's what we're looking at right now. Okay, so we need to get that out of there. So once this part is out, the new one can go on. So I guess we need to get this thing up in the air so that way we can get it off of there. So I believe the way this goes on here actually is pretty simple looking at it. This is a set screw right here, and that's the bottom of our shaft for the wheel, and here's a keyway. I think we just slide this off, slide that up through, slide the new gear in, and we should be able to line it up that way. It's confusing, I know. I have a hard time explaining things, but let's just see if my theory is right. So let's see. This is probably going to be 3/8. Oh no, 7/16. There we go. There's a nut right there I noticed. I apologize about the lighting. I know the lighting out here sucks. I need to invest in some work lights. I can see it just fine, but just because I can see it doesn't mean the camera can. And I kind of forget that, and then when I go to edit the video, I'm thinking, why can't I see this? Why did I have the camera set up like that? So, and I've seen comments about it. I am going to be looking into getting some better lights. So bear with me on that one. I got some other things that I'm working on out here first. I've actually got another building I'm working on right now. So it's kinda can we get this to come down through, I wonder? Down through here and just press that out? I don't think we can because I think the welded spot holds it from moving. That's probably stuck on there pretty good. Ew. It hasn't come down at all. No. I didn't think it did. It would be nice to just get that to come out completely. I probably could. I mean, we really don't need this here. We do need that though. If it would come loose and just fall through, that's what I'd like. I'm tempted to take these tie rods off and see if I can get it to fall through. And then once I do, just take this in there and use the press to get it out. Decisions, 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 huh? So, maybe spraying it down will help. If we spray that down and it gets some oil inside of here, that might actually help it and get it to decide to come loose. Hitting on it also helps, but you have to be careful because you don't want to break it. But hitting it will, you know, it'll loosen the rust. Let me bring it down real quick and I'm gonna see if I can hit it out through the top. And if I can, then we'll get at it from there. Because I mean, the top of it's already broken. I'm not concerned about it. I'm more or less just trying to get this out of here. So let me see if I can do that. So getting back into this gravely, I've started to make progress on getting this thing to come off. So far, it seems to be working. One thing I did is I have a little hair dryer out here, not for drying hair, but for kind of warming stuff up. And I brought it over here and kind of warmed this up with it, and I got it to go. I more or less use it for small things I paint, I want to warm up. But it got it pretty loose. We're just on the bottom of it right now. I kind of wish that wasn't on my wall. Might actually come off of there now. There we go. So now we have that off. It wouldn't come off by beating it, so just cut it. Thing's junk anyway. We're gonna be changing it out with that new one. Let's see if we can get it out of that one. I'm gonna grab my tools and get the tie rods disconnected, and once I get them tie rods disconnected, we'll go on ahead and get the piece. So here's my little 2-ton arbor press. We're gonna see if we can get this to come out of here with it. I actually moved it back here because I have some other stuff I'm working on up in that front bay. Yeah, I might not be able to, but this might work. I guess it just depends on if this little piece of steel is going to hold up to this or not. Ready? Went. It started to go. I don't think it will. No. We might want the other press. No, that's not going. I mean, I could put my full weight on it, but the thing is just going to lift up off the table because it's not bolted down. So I'm just going to take it over there and throw it in that hydraulic press. I guess we're going to take this and brutally beat it. I was going to put it in the press, but I can't line it up right. If I had a vise, I could run in there and grab the one. But I'm going to try it this way first. Here's a punch I made on the lathe. We're going to see, because I kept bending all my other ones. I needed a thicker one, and well, I had this idea. So we're going to see if we can get this guy to come out of here. And if we can, great. There's a little shoulder that I have this sitting on right now. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it seemed like it was starting to drop down. I thought there was a little shoulder on there. Maybe there wasn't. I'm trying to be careful when I put this through. I don't want to break this. This is what I'm concerned about. We'll give it 3 good tries and look it over. It looks like it's gone down, which I don't think it has. I think it's still just about where it was. Then we'll stop and check. It has gone down actually, not a lot, but oh yeah, it has. Looks like it's gone down about as much as it's sticking out. So I'm going to grab some lube and we'll throw it in there. The thing I want to avoid under every circumstance is breaking this. This is not something that I want to have to replace, you know. So if I can avoid breaking it, I will. And I see that the stuff I'm spraying in there is running through. This little press is holding up, that's good. We got it out. Nice. So I guess I'm going to take this, I'm going to clean it up inside, and once I get this cleaned up inside, yeah, see, that's the bottom part right there of what we were taking out. Take this, clean it up inside. Once I clean it up, we'll get that new gear put in the tractor. So let's see about getting this gear set up in here. I think if we take our gear that I have, I just drop it through the frame. I have to find out where. I should grab myself a little ladder or a chair to stand on so I can look up there. We want that side. Find a hole. It is right here somewhere, isn't it? Right here. That fell back down on me. Of course it did. Yeah, I wanted a way to hold that up. Oh, actually, that fell right in that spot. I think I'm missing something though. I feel like I'm missing a bushing that's supposed to be in there. I need a ladder. So now, maybe I'll actually be able to get up here and take a better look. Let's see. Yeah, this is the broken one. Yeah, there's a bushing on there. That's what I thought. So we gotta get that bushing off of here. And once that bushing comes off, I can throw it back in the frame and run our gear back up through it. Hopefully. We may not be able to. I got that spacer that we were missing. I want to see if we can get it to go in this hole. We should be able to. Hopefully. I'm not sure which side it goes on. I would assume it probably goes in like how I have it. I would think. I actually might have it in upside down. Which I probably do, and I should flip it around. Yeah, I'm gonna flip that around. In second thought. Now I can actually see though where this thing is. I'd bring you guys up here so you can see it better, but right now that tripod's not tall enough to do that with it. So I guess I'll just get this part figured out, and then once I do, I'll bring the camera back. So now if I've done it right, this bushing should be able to go down through our hole. I might have to hit it a little bit, but it should in. Where'd it go? We might need to get it with a better hammer. This one's not the greatest. Grab a nylon mallet. Hopefully this one should be able to get this bushing in place. I don't think this is supposed to come out. There we go. That's in place. And over here it could come down a little bit more. We have it now. Just about. It's very close. There we go. I'm happy with that. So now, let's go on ahead and put our gear in. This guy here. He should go in very easy. There we go. So now we have our gear in. I guess we'll throw the key in. There it is. Do is get them two aligned. We should turn this actually to where it's positioned right. I should take, on second thought, let's just take both of these, or one of them at least, out. Leave the other one so that way if you drop it, it doesn't go falling to the floor. There we go. So now, hopefully, we should be able to get that to line up, which we did. So, really use it over here. Shit. Let's see if I can take both of them off here. I might actually want to just pull those ball joints off. May as well just get the whole picture. I think that I'm just going to take these ball joints off of here. This shouldn't be that hard to remove. Just take off both tie rods. And then we can get into it from there. Never mind. No, we're not going to be able to get that one. Do I even want to try? No. We'll just take it off on the outer one like we just did a second ago. Because I had it off over there and got it to work. Them tie rods are on there good. You can tell this thing's been put together for a long time. Based off how stuck things are. It's a 50s or 60s or 70s tractor. I can't remember what year exactly it is. I want to say it's a 60s tractor. 69, 70, 71. 60s or 70s is what my thought is. Because I don't quite remember. I have so many of them running around. I might have to. I should take it here out actually and see if it even fits in here. Well, fits in the piece. I wonder if it's that key now. And I say that because I noticed on that key it looked like it had been through a rough life. So maybe previous owner beat the piss out of it. This is a used gear. It's not brand new, and neither is that key. I'm gonna pop that gear out. I just want to see if it lines or fits in there. I might actually go on and take a second and clean it up. Let's see if it fits in easily without that key. No. We're going to want to clean these up. I kind of figured that. I'm going to take a second and just clean this out, try to get all the rust out of it. While I'm at it, I'm going to take a second and clean that gear up also, just to try to get them to go together a little bit easier. Then we'll come back. So I went in there and cleaned this up, and also cleaned up the inside of that thing where the rods bolt onto. There we go. I went in there and grabbed that real quick, and also a key. I'm just going to put a new key in that keyway because the other one is just... So I have this keyway. I had to sand it down a little bit because the new one I got was a little bit thicker than the old one. Let's see if we can, there we go. Perfect. So now, let me grab the part that we need. I think I just heard it fall. I think that keyway just fell out. I heard it fall, but I don't see it. No, it's still in there. Good. So, something fell though. Let's see if we can get this to line up right. Look at that. Shit. So now we have that in. Let me grab our bolt wherever it ran off to. Great. I doubt there's any way that I'm going to be able to bring that up here without this falling. I was going to say the very last second. I'm happy with that, not falling. I'm going to run it in, but not all the way. Just in. Yep, I figured it was going to do that. What size was this? Where's my 7/16? That's what it was. I'm just going to go on ahead and run it on. I shouldn't and really wouldn't, but I need it on there for right now just to make sure that doesn't fall, which I think it will right now. And actually, I'm going to say now if it would fall, it would actually be a good thing because I need to move that. should actually have these in their spot before fully securing everything, to be honest. Oops, now it is. So there we go. Let's go over there and do that on the other side also. We have it done over here. We're basically all set. I'm ready to roll. There we go. So now, once we get the top half done, since the bottom is done for the most part, we just need to get this to stay in place, because I know right now that's not where as far down as it should be. It should be on there a lot further than it is. Maybe, maybe not. So I'm gonna see if I can get it to go. That's about flush. I don't remember if earlier it was or not. That's about where it was before. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that. I'm gonna say good enough. Good enough. Let's just leave good enough alone. So we're gonna want to, I think, loosen that. I would assume it's ½ inch. Might actually be 9/16. Loosen that without loosening this, because we need this to press on there pretty tight. This is just a set bolt. This sets the screw where it needs to be, and actually I should be tightening and not loosening, because tightening it will run this up and away. So now with that being said, I'll just reverse thread. Let's see if that's still, we have it as tight as we can really get it. So we'll try that, and we'll see how that setup does. Hopefully that has our undercarriage fixed and it steers, so that's positive. I'm going to get the tie rods tightened back up, and then once the tie rods are tightened back up, I will go on ahead and bring you back, and we'll see if we can figure out how the top assembly. So I guess we get to have some fun with something, and we get to see about getting the steering put back together. I've never done this before, so this could be interesting. So I'd like to know if this comes off here or not. I'm starting to doubt it does, because I'd like to be able to line up the gear where it goes. Oh, there it goes. Good. So let's just get these gears lined up. That's our gear, I believe, for the steering. I wish this was cleaner inside. To be honest with you, it's kind of messy. Which, what do you expect? You know, you gotta expect it to be a little bit messy. Not really much you can do about that. One of those that likes to grease everything up once it's done. I'm not a huge fan of getting covered in grease, but well, here we are. So I'm kind of on the fence of thinking we might actually be missing a piece, and I say that because this gear is different than what I have. but it may not be. At the same time, it might actually come in at an angle. But why would it come in at an angle the way it's set up? That doesn't make sense. So help me figure this guy out. What all do you guys see? I should check. Oh, you see just about everything. Now you see everything. So here's what we're trying to figure out. This is our steering shaft. Coming down right now is the steering gear. At least I think that's the steering gear. Now keep in mind, I have never done this before, so bear with me as I am learning this. And I'm sure I'm probably not the only one looking at this right now and trying to figure out how it works. There was a couple of gears that came with this tractor when I got it. I wonder if fell off. I wonder if those are supposed to go with this. They might be, because I don't think there's any way. No. There's no way that that is what we need. Or there's no way that that's all there is to this thing. You don't think there's a diagram online somewhere, do you? Well, what came with it was 2 gears. And also this thing, whatever this goes to. But it came with these 2 gears and this shim, and there's some nuts in there and a clip, which I'm fairly certain I know what this clip goes to, and I think it goes maybe to that? Maybe. I mean, so I guess here we are now, stuck figuring this out. That doesn't make sense, though. I wouldn't think that that would go. Very interesting here. I might have to cheat and look something up real fast. Let me look up and see if I can find a diagram on this real quick, because I have no clue. So it has been probably about a month or 2 since the last time that we have worked on this tractor. I actually found the entire steering assembly for one of these Graveleys online. This is actually it right here, and right there is the steering assembly, or a steering shaft. I did not find a steering wheel, which I don't really need. I don't really need that either, or most of this stuff, but I figured that we needed enough out of it that we could go on ahead and just get it, and after we get it, take it apart, get the stuff out of it we need, and then I guess decide from there what we do with it. Let's go on ahead and let's take it over and let's get it opened up. And it came with this piece also, which actually it does look like that piece just screws out. I figured it was yeah, because there's bolts right there that hold it in. I had thought this was welded in here, but I guess not. So I think what I'm gonna do, and this shaft pulls out. I said this shaft pulls out, which it's not going to, is I think I'm going to put that assembly together, unless it's already put together, which if it is, then we'll just take the assembly out of that one and throw it in this tractor. So yeah, let's see how this goes, I guess. So let's take a look at this steering assembly and see what all is here. Yeah, see.
So right there is that gear. The one that originally caused us all our trouble. This is... looks like someone has fixed that one before. And then there's our gears. So the part that we want... oh, look at that. Right there and right there. There's our two bolts. Those are what we want. So these pieces right here are what we're after because we did not have them with the other assembly for the tractor. That's why I ordered this. It is nice to see that this assembly comes with that. So I want to get this took apart, and we're just going to use the setup out of that tractor. I'm not going to mess with this one. And there we go. So these are the centers of the gears. Those go onto the new, or onto the old, not new, assembly for our other machine. Oh, that one's stuck. Looks like it's an Allen head. It shouldn't be too hard to get out of there. Let's see how wrong I am. Is this going to free up and go? Oh, it did. Good. There it goes. That's what we want. I'm going to take those and I'm going to clean them up really quick. Then we'll head over to the other tractor and we'll get them put in. Took those assemblies up and I cleaned them. Let's go on ahead and let's see about putting these in here. So these two gears that we have, one of them goes, I believe, right there. I don't think there's any washers or anything that go underneath. And the other one goes here. They tie into each other like so. So when the steering wheel gets turned, it turns that gear, in which turns this gear. And I believe that's what steers this tractor. So let's find out if I am correct. Just gotta pull this up without that. These gears stay in place. So there we go. So we have that figured out. And I think that that's where they go, but I'm not entirely sure if that's where they go. That's where they make the most sense. So, cool. So now that that assembly is done, I guess we can pull these. Oh, I feel like there's supposed to be a washer underneath of them or something because they sit really low. So I'm gonna look really fast and see if there is. So I was correct. There was a second washer. These gears go on top of washers. Or spacers, whatever you want to call them. These spacers, in return, put the gears up off of the platform, which makes it so they are able to do their job. There we go. So now they are at the correct height, and once I drop this piece over here down, oh you bastard. Once this piece right here goes down to where it belongs, this should be correct. Let me pull these two bolts out. And we need to be careful because I really don't want to move anything. I'm trying to think of what the best way would be to get this down without losing our position. And another thing I also just thought of is I should probably put some oil or something on those gears instead of just letting them go dry. But I think we'll be alright. Yeah, see, they've already decided to move. Shit. Need something. We're gonna have to put something on there, I think, to hold them in place. But as long as they stay close enough, I think we'll be alright. Let's just get this. Oh, there's a hose clamp on there keeping that from going any further. So this is what needs to slide. And this needs to come up and over somehow. Once this comes up and over, it'll go on. This assembly right here. Oh, you fuck. There we go. So now, if we have it right, this should fall through the gear, which it does not. It does. Ha! It did. Next one. Please fall through the gear. Come on. Find your gear. Find your hole. Go through. If it ends up going through, this might do it. We just need something to fish through and find your gear and exactly where it is. We're lined up. So hopefully now we're not hooked. Wait. How come that didn't go down? That's not through. No, it's not. I didn't think so. We're missing something here. This one is. That one went down all the way. This one didn't go down all the way through the bolt or the gear. So what the hell? And you can't adjust it through that. You need to adjust it over that way, I think. Maybe that did it. Still no. See if it turns. Well, our steering works. There it goes. Our steering officially works. So now we need to go underneath and put 2 nuts on those bolts once we have that done, we should be good. But one thing I do want to do is I want to get this straight. Come on, straighten out. And of course, you can't do this one-handed because it's just gonna jump. You can't do this. I was afraid of that. You can't do it two-handed because you're not holding this. You have to hold that in order for these to turn. So now, our gears turn, which is good. I want to secure these. So I'm going to put all the bolts in there that hold that in. And then I want to pull the special bolts back out. And once I do that, I want to grease them. And hopefully we don't have any more problems out of it. Do you see everything? Oh, you don't. You don't see everything. Well, let's move you back. So let's move back. There you go. Let's send these through. And I'm just going to send each one through its hole. And then once each one is sent through its hole, I am going to go underneath the tractor, tighten all the bolts. And once I am done, I will bring the camera back and I guess we'll try driving it. Got them bolts tight for this hold that panel on there. I want to grab my grease gun and I want to put some grease on these bolts, on these centers, and then I want to send them back down into the spot. That way there is some lubrication on there for that gear. That way it doesn't eat into this or seize up or nothing happens. Hopefully that will preserve that for a little while. Let's go ahead and do the same little bit of work on this one. And another thing that we need to do that I don't know if I've done on this machine or not, I think I have, is grease the front spindles. I believe I have done that already. But thinking about it, I may as well just do it. Afraid of that. As soon as I pulled that out, it seems like both of them have undone themselves. I don't even feel the, yeah, there to be honest with you. Goes through. That moved. I bet it moved it the other way. Sometimes rotating these helps. Or doing that helps too. So now I'm going to get that grease off of my finger, and then I'm going to run underneath and tighten up the nuts that go on those two bolts. And once I do that, I will bring the camera back, we'll grease the front spindles, see if it steers. Got the steering all put back together for this. I put those two nuts on there and greased up the front spindles. My hopes aren't very high, but I guess let's see what it does. So let's go left. Well, look at that. Let's go right. That is the first time I have ever successfully been able to steer this tractor. That is cool. So I guess now we need to go on ahead and put it back together, see if we can start it up and drive it around and see how it does. Cool. So I think we're going to go on ahead and put some fluid in this. I'm not exactly sure how much that transmission takes. However, I do have gear oil for it, and I also have engine oil for it because the engine does not have any oil in it. I actually drained all of it out. And I think I have put all of the drain plugs back in the motor and also back in the transmission. The drain plug was on this side, yep. Drain plug is back in, and it is back in the motor. Cool. So we need to grab a funnel, and we can get this thing filled back up. I'm going to start with this one because this is the one that is the most empty. I just want to see how much this takes, and I also want to watch and make sure it does not leak. We drained out the fluid previously because there was water in it. So got that took care of. That way it was done. I do not see anything dripping out anywhere, so that is good. I want to grab a towel. I want to check and see how full this is. And it is on the stick just barely. I might take this dipstick and clean it up. But you can see that there is obviously some rust. So it has, and it was all the way up to here. So that, if that tells you exactly how bad this thing was. Yeah, there's nothing on the stick now. So we'll just go on ahead and let this thing sit here and fill up for a bit. I was wanting it to fill the funnel, but apparently it doesn't exactly drain as slow as I thought it did. And we are getting close. And we're on the stick under the ad mark, so we're getting close. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to put in here. I heard somebody say engine oil, and I heard somebody else say gear oil, and I heard somebody else say 30 weight oil and gear oil, which is 80/90. I also heard 80/140. So, oh, we're full. I'm not exactly sure what one you put in there, so I'm just putting 80/90 because that is gear oil, and that is full. So I'm going to go ahead and call that good. And the engine also had water in it. It was pretty bad. This tractor had been in a flood. I did not know. I was not told about that, and after all the oil or all the water I found in it, it made sense. I was surprised actually that it ran like it did. So let me go grab some oil. One thing that I don't cheap out of, or one thing I don't cheap out of when it comes to my engines or my tractors, is oil. I try to get the best oil that I can. I like Shell Rotella, especially for these old cast iron coalers. This has zinc in it, and zinc is actually one thing these engines do need. So we'll go on ahead and we will fill this guy up. And also in the older engines it's good because having a thicker oil, it's not going to burn oil nearly as fast, and also being thicker, I think personally, it does a better job at keeping things lubricated. Everybody has their own opinions. I like to run the thicker oil because these are older engines. A lot of these engines are pushing 70 and 80 years old. I have a couple of them that just turned 60 this year, or actually that turned 60 not too long ago. So I'm trying to take care of them. I think my oldest one is 61 or 62 years old. I do not quite remember. I will have to look it up. So I try to take care of them and give them good oil. I have a 1969, my orange patio. I know it's been on the channel. That one is actually all original, including the ignition system and the carburetor on that motor. That is one that likes a thicker oil because it does burn well, and having the thicker oil helps it not burn as much oil. But if you overwork the poor thing, then it does tend to burn oil. The only time it's not the greatest to run this is during the winter, because it being thicker, it takes longer for the engine to warm up and for the oil to be able to be shot around as good, especially in a splash lube system. But I haven't had any issues out of it yet, so I haven't blown any motors up yet, so I'm just going to keep running it. Although sometimes during the winter I do run a lighter mixture. And we are not quite full, but I think we're close enough. Nah, that's gonna bother me. I'm just gonna go up a little bit more, and actually I'm gonna go a little over to make somebody mad, and also because I want to make sure I'm right on that full mark. I know it's gonna piss somebody off if I do that. Somebody's gonna go down in the comment section, "You can't ever fill engines like that." No, you're not supposed to. But if it's an engine you know nothing about, and if it burns oil or not, you might want to. So, there we go. That is a little bit over full, but I am not going to complain. Actually, it's right on the full mark. Never mind. Cool. So I guess we have engine oil, we have transmission fluid. I think the next thing to do is put some gas in the fuel tank. Put our spark plug. Oh, that plug's not out of this engine, that's why. I threw a different plug in it because I was testing that plug in something else to see if it fixed a problem. Let me grab its plug back, and I will go on ahead and get that lid put back on there for the transmission. And once I do that, we can throw a battery in it and I guess see if it runs. So I put the battery back in it, and I want to see if it cranks. It's been a little while since we've had a battery in this. I think since I took it apart, took everything off of it to paint it, it's been a little while since I've painted this thing, and really been a little while since I've done a whole lot with it to begin with. I put it in the terminal over here because we had a vice grip holding that wire on. I do remember that. So there's a terminal on that wire now. I don't hear anything or see anything. Let's crank it and see what happens. There's no gas in it or anything. It's just to see if the electrical system works. Okay, cool. And now that I look at it, there's no muffler on it. So I dropped the gas tank back in it, since I believe everything under there is done. I want to put some gas in it, and we need to watch it and see if we see anything leak out of it. If we see any leaks, we need to stop. So we'll just kind of start enough to cover the bottom, and then we'll stop. I don't see anything leaking. I don't see anything anywhere. And I'm not sure if it's to the Well, it's gonna have to pump for a while to get back to there, so I don't see it leaking out, so the fuel line is on. Either the fuel line is on or the shutoff valve on the bottom of the tank actually works. I'm not sure how much I want to put in here. I don't really want to put a whole lot in here, just enough to probably go about halfway full. That way it's up higher. That's probably good right there. I don't see anything leaking. That's good. Is the choke on here cooked up? It is not. How about the throttle? Throttle is cool, but it's stiff. So let's choke it. Actually, wait a second. Well, there is gas in the line. Actually, it looks like there is. So we might be getting gas. About to say, I just watched it go through the fuel line. Cool. So there we go. It runs. Let me hop on it real quick. Let's see if it drives back and forth. Say we have it fixed. So the one thing it needs that I see it's missing is it's missing the muffler. I had completely forgotten about that. So that's one thing that we need to get took care of. Another thing we need to take care of is that tie rod on the other side. Once it has a muffler and once it has that tie rod that is missing, I don't know. Get all the tins and everything put back on it. I have a mower deck actually I want to throw under it, and we can see how well this machine works. I'm almost tempted to go on ahead and separate the video and make that a different one, but I think we'd be better off just going ahead and making this one video.
You want me to put it on the porch before you come in?
Yeah. Bring it back. I know we'll have to adjust the force.
Are you sure? Oh yeah. How are we looking on porch?
That's fine. Setting it down. Yes. Well, we're gonna have to adjust the force.
We're gonna have to take it back off?
Yeah.
back down, I'll pop it back up on there. Good where we're at?
I believe so. Well, that one's, if you move it over this way.
The whole thing or
There.
good enough for
OSHA approved.
Yep, it is. Bring it on in. That's probably good enough. Lock the brake and send her to the moves. Killer. That should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, your ball fell off the platform, it went over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the PTO will not turn on. Me and John are going to take this off and check, because behind this cover in this little stub is the actuator that engages the PTO. So we've got to check that and see why it won't engage.
There, it's recording.
It's ready? Okay, I'm learning you and your subscribers how to do this today. This ratchet's a pile.
Yeah.
That sounds crunchy and nice. And that's where your show number is if you're ever looking for it.
Yeah.
On the 400 series. Are you flipping, flapping, kidding? Okay, we need a size bigger.
For what?
For these, the nuts are bigger than 3/4. Don't you do that. There we go. Well, actually, I wanted it to do that. I'm going to need another 1/2-inch nut.
What?
1/2-inch nut.
1/2-inch nut?
I just need one. Hey, stupid. Maybe you should turn it the right way.
No.
That's not a 1/2-inch nut, you stupid ass fucker. That's a 5/16 nut.
That's a 1/2-inch nut, you dumb fuck. Well, what do you want?
One for a 1/2-inch stud. Get me one that'll thread onto here.
Say a 3/4-inch nut, you idiot.
That's not what it is.
It is.
No, it isn't, you dumbass.
Shut up, fat fuck.
Dumbass moron.
Thank you very much.
Who is the one that's going to be swearing? It sounds like you to me.
Every single fucking word that comes out of your
Racist.
every other one's an F word.
Racist.
Fucking faggot.
Racist. Wrench storage.
Here you go, you damn gender bunny. Make it work. I'm gonna plug this battery in.
We needed a size bigger, apparently. What the hell is this? Why won't this thread on? Don't do that.
I smell gear oil.
Imagine that.
Is that full? That assembly right there?
Probably. Depends on how full you have your oil. This nut is not happy about its life to being on here. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm only trying to use it as a jam nut. So
I'm gonna grab a bucket and put it under there just in case. Because I don't want oil on this floor. I finally cleaned up the mess Jake made.
yes, Jake made that mess. It wasn't you at all.
Jake made that mess. I don't make messes, I clean everybody else's messes though. There. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
I did. Did you like my figuring out skills? Too bad.
They lack.
So do you.
They lack skill.
So I'm hoping that this doesn't
What do
fall
you
in
think,
half.
Andrew? OSHA approved?
Definitely.
OSHA doesn't need to be here.
Who's OSHA?
Don't invite them. We don't like them.
So,
Come on, asshole. Now it actually jammed on there. Get that nut off of there. The yellow one. It's being an asshole.
wow. Let me get that stuck.
I don't know. I put it on, used it as a jam nut, now it's stuck. Make that make sense. No,
Good job.
go get another nut that threads onto this good, just in case this is like some goofy thing, or the threads are messed up in this or something. That way we don't mess any more threads up. Ow. Boy, I sure hope that'll come out of there. We may have to do some other things. This isn't going to be very fun.
You know, I see the problem here.
What's the problem?
This is fine thread.
Oh, it is. Great. Did you... Oh, one end is fine thread.
The other end's not. One end is.
Yeah.
I see.
That's why that didn't thread on very well. Now you got that nut jammed all up. Can you get that nut back off? Where's the... Here's a wrench that fits it.
It'll take some persuasive swearing. But I'm sure I can get it off.
You're sure you can persuade it to do as we want?
There's a spot right here that has no threads. As long as I'm careful.
Break it loose and it should easily come. Since it wants to be a smartass and be fine thread, I'll use this nut put on there as a jam. Thought you said it was going easy.
Was until you touched it.
Well, pardon me. Your Royal
It was
Highness.
going very easy. Until
Your Royal Highness ruined it.
You're gonna have to apologize.
Lefty tighty, righty loosey, John.
Yeah, fuck you. You're gonna have to apologize to Mason because he's gonna be stuck editing all your foul language out.
Who's swearing?
Fuck.
Mason, put a John
It's gonna
swear
be a
and a
con-
Michael swear
It's
in
gonna
here.
be a contest. Who swears the most?
Oh, so I'm supposed to
Michael,
swear?
no. You win. You swear every other word that comes out of your
Give me the
mouth.
dang wrench, you fool. It's over here.
Yeah, hit it yourself.
Ha! See, I didn't use any swear words.
You did. Fool is a swear.
Since when?
I decided it is.
Oh, is that right? I don't think it's your decision. You're racist.
It is.
Oh, nutsack. As long as that's not a swear, I'm good. I'm hoping it's pulling the stud this time. I'm also hoping that this doesn't fall on my head.
The tractor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking close.
I'm thinking it's pulling the stud this time. I hear it like making falling noises as I'm going. You don't have a block of wood to put across here under this, do you?
I don't.
Okay. See how fun this isn't?
Yeah. Glad it's you doing it, not me. I shouldn't have spoke.
Yeah, here you go.
No, you do it. You're enjoying it.
Yes, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, you are.
How long is it?
That's what she said.
To me, not you.
No, not
Well,
to you.
she asked you, but because it was seemingly too short,
Not to you.
she didn't have to ask because she could.
Just
see
turn
mine.
the fucking bolt.
Swear.
I didn't
Mason,
swear.
give John a swear point.
I didn't swear.
Oh. Mason, when I see this video,
now.
I expect to see an accurate swear counter.
Yeah. You're at 15 and I'm at 1.
Bad points or good points.
No. You're at 15 as in you swore 15 times and I haven't swore.
I've already got more threads out than that one has. I don't understand.
That must be a longer piece.
You don't say.
Try pulling on it by hand.
I'm scared to. You do it.
No! Pull it!
Too weak.
Come on, bitch. What are you scared of?
Another swear word. Get in there. I'm scared of the tractor falling on my head.
Fuck you, I'll do it.
Good.
Won't go.
There's the wrench.
Bitch.
Keep lefty tightening it.
Yeah.
What?
So, these bolts here,
I know.
yeah, they hold this.
I know.
So,
I know. I am all aware of it. I've done this before.
I just watched the tractor do half.
Uh-huh. Get it?
Yeah, now I see what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get back under here. You've done this before. Have fun.
Screwdriver and hammer. Flathead screwdriver. We gotta pop that front cover off now. I don't think we can get it out without bending the tractor in half and getting that piece of the frame out of the way, but we're gonna try.
Where's your screwdriver?
Not very long. We'll get a hammer. Now I need a definitely jack. Another square. Oh. Yeah, behind your hand. I'm looking right at it. Oh, you found it. I found a fancy one. It was adjustable. I'd have more room to swing out there. Let's try this side. That way I don't impede the camera.
Yeah.
I see it moving.
Yeah. Cover's popped loose now.
Well, actually, it has bolts in the frame.
I know, there's two
Yeah,
more
right
back
there and there. So,
I was hoping to pivot on them. We might have to loosen them some. Can you get to the one over there? Because mine is behind the drive. Is it 3/4? I can't even flip
Yeah.
it, see it. Loosen it just a little. And then come over here and do this one.
it is loose.
Okay, do that one. I'll change this out. Now the goal is just to get this to drop down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Both sides are broke loose now.
Can't get on this bolt.
Yeah, see, that linkage is kind of in the way, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go. I'm on it.
Good, pop it loose, two outlets.
There, loose.
We should now be able to bring this down on the.
There it is.
Oh, I see what happened.
What?
The engine's heavy, and so it's pulling it the opposite way that we want.
We want a jack behind it.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to pick up on the engine to get it to go. Well, that'll make it nice. We won't need this because it won't want to fall this way, like we were worried.
Yeah.
So get a jack, and we'll put it on this board, and jack up on the drawbar. Just a little bottle jack would do. And work perfectly. As a matter of fact, just jack up under the drawbar.
We probably want to move them so they can see, well, they can watch it from the front.
That's a perfect size bottle jack, isn't it? Yeah. This hitch is missing some things.
Just,
Okay.
If it starts to do anything interesting, say it and I will stop. And I have gone the full length of this jack.
That's as far as it goes?
That's as far as it goes.
We're almost there.
Take the hammer and hit it from the side. Does it have a gasket right there? That's probably what's holding it.
Yeah. Well, what's holding it is the frame is up against it still. We're trying to pull this down out of the frame so we can get there. The other option, John, would be to let that jack back down about halfway and those two bolts we loosened take out, and then we can get this frame and push it forward just a little bit.
Yeah, but then we run the risk of it falling off, which, no, I don't like.
Or we could just unbolt it and just pick it up and set it on top of that.
I'd kind of like to find a block or something to put here, adjust the jack, and then mess with it.
Okay. One of those. Well, I was thinking this stuff down here. Like that. Otherwise, you got some 2x6 pieces right there. Which you could use as some straps. You need more height? Here you go. Pump the jack up, put a couple of those under. Actually, pump the jack up. Hang on, get that out. Pump the jack up and put one of these in there. set it down, and then put one of these under the jack. I guess you wouldn't even have to pump the jack up anymore, huh?
Not really.
It'd just be nice to get all the height you can.
No, I can't get it. What's
Enough
that?
space for a second 2x6?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Just do one then. And then just put the 2x6 under it and then use your adjustment also.
Whoops.
And then I'm going to watch this from the side to make sure there's no funny business.
Well, this jack is starting to do things.
Like what? We're almost there.
Tip.
Hang on. Go another pump. Hang on. Going under. What's clicking up there? Oh.
That scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, what the hell just fell? I'm standing under here.
No, it's almost free.
Oh.
Get that goddamn pan under there.
What? Don't worry, it landed on my foot.
Man, that was fresh fluid.
You can put it back in. That pan's halfway clean.
Ew, gross.
Okay, so you see how that is?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to look at it. We don't need to touch that.
I'll show the camera the engagement before we put it right.
Okay, you got rags, John?
Yeah, there's paper towels there and
Grab me some.
there's rags over there. And
I'd rather some rags if that's what, if you have them. They're reusable. Oh, here's some here too. We'll bring these over too. Oh, let's see what. Okay. So, do you want to get in here and look at what that is, or are you not too worried about it?
I think I've seen it.
It's got some wear. It's got a lot of wear. Jeez, I've never seen one that sloppy. Go up there and see if you can engage the PTO.
From the...
Just from right here. I might actually be able to reach it, but not quite. Just try and pull this lever forward. Try and do it from up top. I'm going to look in here. Is it hooked up? No, it's not.
No, it's not like that. I'm trying to find it. There it is.
Ugh.
I don't know what way it is.
To the front of the tractor should be. Run it back.
Is it moving at all?
No. And it's a bit rusty in here, so I bet.
Well, it was full
bet-
of water.
I bet it's just rusted solid.
Yeah, when I got this tractor, it was full of water.
Get that impact
Yeah.
that we were using to take that piece off. Take that nut off. And there should be one on the other side of that thing. Take it off.
All right.
So there's two bolts.
Get a picture of it in here.
You want me to take a couple with that? Turn on your flash. You can see it better.
That's what I'm gonna do next.
See, now you can see what's in there.
Yeah.
If you want to come in here and look, you can. Yeah. So that cog is on this shaft. This just slides back and forth. This is the other end of what we were turning at the top. See how this is all rusty? That's what
Yeah.
it sits in. I bet it's rusted to that.
Probably.
So we can take that whole thing out by taking those 2 bolts out. And then there's these pieces in here, and then you'll get to see how some of this inner workings works. It's confusing if you don't know what you're looking at, but
Yeah.
I know how to put it back together. So if you go up there and take those 2 nuts out, and you're welcome to film some on your phone too while you're up there.
Let me grab myself a glider.
Okay, so are you trying to watch and learn too?
Yeah.
There weren't one of the bolts. Now the other one's longer, so it'll be more of a pest.
Like vicious.
Okay. You should be able to pull that out the top now. If you go up there and grab it, you should be able to pick it right up out without any problem.
There we go.
Okay?
Oh, it's a cam.
Yeah. See the thingy there?
Yeah.
The doodapper? Mm-hmm. So there is in here.
Well, this is seized in itself. Yeah, see, that cam's not moving.
Yeah.
Throw that in the ultrasonic cleaner.
So there's that.
Soak it. Yeah, so it wouldn't have.
So
I bet that's why that. So for anybody out there who's interested.
okay, so this here is what was froze up. What's their vision here?
Yeah.
Can they see both my hands?
Move your hand in. Right there.
So they can see this area?
Yeah.
Okay. So this here is the cam that's froze up. If you see, this should turn with this. If I hold this and try to turn this, nothing goes. So we had to take all this apart to get this out. How that works, this goes in from the top and is sandwiched. This goes on here, and you have the case, the transmission between these. This is your engagement cog. This sits on a shaft that is always spinning when your clutch is engaged. Then you have this sitting in the top here, and then this little nub sits right in there, and it slides it back and forth the correct amount. And then this is the front stub that we had to take off. To get to this, you see, when you engage your PTO, it does this. So if you're someone that's new to Gravely and somebody tells you with all the clutches engaged, just jamming your PTO, effectively you're just jamming this into here. That's bad for it, don't do that. Disengage your high-low on the left side for 400 series only. That disengages the clutch that runs this. Then you can put it in there nice by engaging the PTO and re-engage that clutch. John is going to take some time, try to fix this, get it cleaned up, and then if he needs help, I'll come back and help him put it back together.
Okay, so I can cut this now.
Yep. Do you have your stool still to get up there? You'll have to set this down in. Okay. What the? Oh. We're gonna pretend we didn't see that. Put that in there. This goes on top of the gear in here. And then John has to set this down through, and this nub goes inside of the hole in that piece I just put in.
Doesn't matter which way.
No. Piss, dropped that piece. Alright, hang on a second, let me get this in here. Come down some. Alright, come down, go down.
I'm hitting something.
I don't know what.
There we go. I just spin it around, I guess.
There we go. I think it's all the way down in now. Ah, shit sticks.
That piece.
Forgot this piece.
Do I need to pull this up?
Gently. And don't turn it. You know what, I'm gonna take these out and just put this in. Come back down. Back down.
Trying to. I don't know where it goes.
I don't know if it's... Push down.
This is down.
I think... Yeah, I think we're in the right place. Okay. Which side does the arm bolt on? That side?
Yeah.
Okay, so that side needs the long bolts. Okay. Just keep that held down in. Don't forget to put the arm on first.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and put the small short one in first so that I'm not trying to go through everything. Not enough space for phalanges in here, is there?
Yep.
Craig, yesterday, what'd you do? Stay the night?
No. Gross.
Yeah, I'm not Josh's boyfriend. Come on, Craig. Or John's boyfriend. Is that? Oh, don't pick that up out.
There. Do I put the nut on it now?
Yes. Go ahead and nut on it, John.
If I can get this fucker on here. Bitch.
Hey, John. You remember that Scotch Brite you were bitching about thinking Josh stole yesterday?
Yeah.
It's right there. One down, one to go. What you looking for? You know, if I drop that one more time. I dropped it one more time. I was about to ask if you were bored and wanted to try, but I got it. Ish. When you get up there, turn it so the front side goes that way.
What?
Turn the PTO doodabber.
The front side.
Front side goes towards you. Yep, like that. Keep going. Now push it down in.
It is.
It's not all the way in. Hang on a second. Oh, shit, that little thing fell out. Can you put the nut on this bolt first?
Well, I'm working on it, but it
Just
fell.
don't tighten it up. Just put this on loose. Just so this bolt doesn't fall down out. And then I got to get this put back in there at the same time. Just put the nut on this so it doesn't fall down in.
I think it's on now.
Good enough. Okay, pull up on the turning thing. I'll have to get this back in here somehow. With oily ass phalanges. I wonder if I can get it to sit on top of this. Don't do it. Push down. Push down.
I am right now. Get it lined up.
It looks like it did, yeah. Okay. Don't let that come back up out. Ugga dugga the short bolt.
Fuck's its problem?
Oh, the carriage isn't sitting down in the carriage bolt holder.
Get it in.
I'm trying to turn it a little. Don't let that middle piece come up out, John.
Hold that. Oh,
Held up.
it's up in the groove.
Yeah.
You fuck.
You turned it the wrong way,
This
didn't
damn
you?
socket. Yeah, if it's the right way. This damn socket's a piece of shit.
Mason's gonna have to edit out a lot of you swearing.
Well, you're a fucking bitch.
I am.
You won't shut your fucking mouth
And stop swearing?
like a damn bitch. This is a fucking half inch. Just what I think we want.
Should be. The other nut's supposed to be right here. I don't know where it went. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had you put it on the thing.
Now, let's fucking try this again. Maybe this time it'll work.
Yep, it worked. Okay, now that shit should not be able to come up out. Try to turn the...
Let me get my fucking socket out first.
Oh. Try to turn the engager back and forth. Uh-oh.
He's bringing his cub up here for me to look at for him.
Who's that?
Mason, I'm gonna teach him 20 new bad words.
Yep, it works. Okay, leave it right there. Ay, that's not good.
He's gonna look at me when I'm done dealing with it and say, I'm never gonna talk to you again.
Did you hear that?
What?
The cat's made a sound back there. I heard rat. You're like, hey, don't forget about us.
Yeah.
See if you can pull that nut with the bolt up, the long carriage bolt.
It sounded like Muffkin. They're probably back there playing.
I cannot get it to go up in. Doesn't look like it's wedged on anything.
Should I loosen the other side?
I'd hate to, but maybe a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit. Don't go hardly at all.
Get on there, you. It must be the socket that has two thick sidewalls. That's starting to be my guess. And we'll find out.
I think your circus act wants out.
What?
It sounds like your circus act wants out here.
Circus act.
2 cats.
Where are they howling?
No, they're scratching around at the door. I hear them bumping against the door and things.
Well, I mean, they could come out.
You want me to open the door?
I guess they could come out. Actually, well, as long as they don't bother that.
Hi, circus act.
It's Muffkin and Buffy. They're not circus acts.
They're cats.
As one, they are a circus act. Just one of them came out.
Hi, Buffy. What you doing? Too long of a piece.
My circus act part 1.
Thought I just saw Muffkin. That may have been Buffy.
Oh, yep. They're both right here. Hi. They're both by the lower deck.
What you doing? Other than attacking each other. I need a ratchet. I can't get on that thing.
For all the more you need to loosen it, you could just use a wrench.
I tried. Can't get on it with the wrench.
Really?
No,
Nice.
that's too tight of a spot.
Oh, nice, right? We're going to go over there and Craig's going to be like, why are you two already covered with oil? What have you been doing?
Working.
Telling you slack off all morning, but we were getting to work earlier.
What time is it? 8:09.
We got like a half hour. We can finish this up if we step on it.
Right now it's usually when I head over there.
Just don't step on them. They're both behind you.
What?
Go bite one another. Circus animals. Yeah. You two circus animals. You needed an extension, didn't you? You are a goofy kitten.
Bitch.
Did you get it loose?
No, that other socket fit. They need an extension. If I can't get on that, where are
The
they?
circus is over there.
This doesn't want to turn. Maybe, never mind, it does turn now.
Yeah, you gotta use the lever.
Shut up, fuck you. Okay, whatever.
Is the lever jammed up on its engagement rod?
Shut up, fuck you. Now what?
Oh, you still have the cutter pin in it, you jackwagon. Take the cutter pin out of the linkage. What are you squeaking about, squeakykins?
Buffy's gonna get her sister.
I see that.
Okay. I need a pair of pliers.
Go for it. They're both in that room. You're safe to come down.
Needle nose.
Needle nose style?
Yep.
Need 7 more hands, I think. Oh, there it goes. And I will find these. We are. Till your grave morning, I'm coming home with you. I'm going for you. Yeah. You know what time it is, John?
What?
Time to pick the back up and bring this frame back together.
Trying to marry them back together.
Yeah, the divorce is not finalized yet, but they've decided to get back together.
So here's that Gravely. A lot has changed since the last time you guys have seen it, and I'm not exactly sure where at in the video we are, but I actually, in the process of filming this video, I actually sold this tractor. Now this was not planned and it kind of just happened. My neighbor was looking for a machine for his grandson. He had picked a machine out and I was working on it for him. But in the process of working on it for him and getting it taken care of and getting it to where it'll run again, it really started to snowball and everything got worse and worse and worse, and I just kind of thought, man, this thing is a pile of shit. So looking into it further, and I had thought about it, and I offered him this tractor in trade. Well, I told him, I said, the machine that I'm currently messing with for you is just not worth our time anymore. It is just becoming a money pit. And I offered him this tractor in trade, which truly this is a better tractor, and in the long run I'm kind of getting screwed because I paid a lot more for this and put a lot more work into this and a lot of money into this tractor than what that tractor out there is. That was just an $100 machine, where this is probably a $600 machine, and I'm pretty close to invested in it that much, so I'm taking a loss on it. I hate taking losses on stuff, but sometimes you just don't really have a choice. So I offered him this tractor in trade and he took me up on my deal. So this is actually the machine that is going to be going to him. So I did sell this tractor, and I figured that I would bring you guys back and show it to you and let you see what all has been done. I kind of stopped filming on it because I needed to get it put back together and get it done. That way it was ready to go, because actually as soon as I get this video done, it is going to be loaded up on my trailer and I'm going to be hauling it over there. So yeah, so everything has pretty much been done. I got a mower deck on it, and we took the PTO apart on it because the PTO wasn't working. Put it back together and put the mower deck back on it, got it to work, and did some mowing with it. I haven't really done a whole lot with it, kind of just to make sure that it was working good. I mowed my backyard with it and part of my front yard. I'll take it out there and run it again before I send it off, that way you guys can see it. So yeah, mower deck's on it. It has a muffler on it now. All the tin work is put back on it. It is basically, it should be a running, driving machine. And yeah, so actually, in the process of working on this one, I have picked up 2 more. So, oh boy, we're gonna get to play with those 2 and just see what trouble they are. So yeah. Alright guys, I want to take a second. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I apologize for the jump in time and on everything that has been done with this. This has just kind of been one of those back burner things where another thing shows up and just want to get it taken care of and get it out of here. To that end, I started to do a lot of customer stuff out here, so not really enough time to sit down and mess with my own things, so so yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please leave me a comment, or please leave a like on the video as well as a comment. Commenting on the video tells me what you guys think, and I appreciate comments and I like to read them. Liking the video also helps get the video around, that way more people see it, and if somebody's looking for a video on a Gravely 430, maybe they'll find it. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care.